back to work. So I've been seeing all these young, hip youngsters online wearing all this Carhartt gear, which struck me as strange, but I figured, finally, I'm ahead of my time. I went in the back of my closet, pulled out this old beauty. Ha ha ha! I've had this hat for a long time. Like I said, for once, I'm ahead of my time with the fashion. Comfortable and dazzling. Something like myself, we're here working on the workbench today. We've got a few things planned. Let me show you what's on the go here. Now I would love to be out there playing today. You saw the intro clips and the intro clips there. You can see I already did for a little bit. Got out to play with my babies because we were hit with a little bit of a spring surprise today. It was still down to -4, but that sun was strong today. It was a spring sun. Just beautiful. I'm so excited for the season that's to come. But that was a bit of a surprise. Roads melting out, water running off the roofs. Just incredible. Last little bit of strapping here. Like I said, while I would love to go out and play, got work to do. We got to pay the bills. We're working on some leather work. Speaking of paying the bills, head over to Noseworthy.com right now. And there is some knife stock available there, so you'll want to avail of that. Some of you that have been looking for a while to pick up one of my knives, there is stock available. That should do. Check out this beautiful vintage Marples chisel, or gouge, sorry. I've been looking for, I spent a long time looking for some gouges. Vintage stuff, of course you can buy modern stuff. If you don't mind having cheap junk or spending a lot of money because it's in this elitist, prestigious type group, I wanted vintage. Some Tuckamore sheaths here. What happens is I put a flat back rivet inside of here, and I like the edge, the rim, even though it doesn't really cause any harm. And there's almost zero chance that it could hook. I like it to be slightly recessed beneath the surface. So the rivet is to hold the strap in place, of course the belt strap. When your knife slides down in here, I want it to only get leather. So it keeps that, that beautiful finish in pristine condition so that your children and your grandchildren one day can still have that good condition K&N knife that you bought 50 years prior. That is the goal here, to build tools that will last you. Of course you have to play a role in that as well, with your maintenance, your upkeep, your appreciation for the tool. But you know, this chisel, or this gouge, why do I keep calling it a chisel? This gouge here was built with a similar intention. Marples built lovely tools back in the day, and this is a beautiful gouge. Sheffield, England's very light there, because this gouge had a heavy patina when I found it. A little bit of rusting. I had to do a bit of a cleanup, but you can still see that Marples, Sheffield, England. Brass ferrule. Ah, this is just gorgeous. Such a comfortable chisel. This is my... Did I just say chisel again? I think I want to play in that sunshine. Probably noticed by the shirt change that today is a different day. The footage that you're watching right now is filmed a day after the footage you just watched. And luckily today I did get out for some more serious playtime. I'll roll that footage right now.
go.
Oh, wow. So I mightn't have got out yesterday, guys, but as you can see, up at the cabin just for lunch today. Just short, going for a little ride. Just me and the girls, and Mom and Dad. Of course, my wife is at work today. Unfortunately, she doesn't know we're up here. She's probably going to be saddened to hear we were here. She loves it probably more than I do, getting off like this. Oh, it's nice to get out. Breezy today, but beautiful. So that was just a beautiful time. Unfortunately, like I said there, my wife didn't get to go. That's a little bit disappointing to her, but that's just the way things happen sometimes. Have to make sure we make up for that time when we do have the opportunity to do that. But I'm just here working at the workbench again, same type of work as last night, still working on leatherwork, some more custom orders, and working on the sheets for the next batch. As I've mentioned in previous videos, some of you guys will remember, if you've been following diligently, I like to do my leatherwork for the upcoming batch before I start the batch, while things are still a little bit more clean here in the shop. But I was thinking here as I was working at the bench, you know, I have that Marples gouge out again, and one of my vintage chisels here, and I brought out my gouges there, a few different ones, different sizes, to work on some of this leather here. I was thinking, you know, I've been doing those tool reviews lately, a lot of the big fancy and expensive Dewalt stuff. But there is almost nothing more important. Almost unable to say too much about the importance of these vintage tools, these hand tools. And you guys know, if you've been following me for a long time, if you haven't, I recommend you go back and check out some of my old playlists. You guys will know that I'm a big advocate, like I said, although it might not seem like it lately, I'm a big advocate of not losing my mind. This is what I was just looking for. I'm a big advocate of hand tools. Tools that don't require power, tools that last a long time without too much maintenance. And I have quite a substantial collection of vintage antique hand tools. You know, back when I was still a university student, not really working, not really making any money, a lot of you guys are currently in that situation, or some of you guys sorely remember how poor you can be in university, and I wasn't hard done by or hard up or anything like that. I was very fortunate with my university time, but I'm sure you guys can mostly relate. Even during that time, I was investing in my hand tool collection. I did not have the big money for power tools. I was not buying Dewalt tools, certainly at that time, but I was investing in every hand tool, and that includes this beautiful E.A. Berg Ilkestruna, the Sweden-made chisel. I still remember the very early video where I found this chisel and restored it back when I lived in Cornerbrook. I believe I bought this for 15 bucks, 10 bucks, something like that, at a shop there. And you know, that chisel is probably 100 years old, and it's just as good, actually better today, because it's fine-tuned and it's had more modern equipment, modern sharpening stones to take care of it. It's better than when it was made 100 years ago. And the significance of that, when it comes to self-sufficiency and the ability to keep working when things go south, can't be overstated. I mean, these vintage hand tools are just beautiful treasures to own anyways. So if you're not already collecting them just on that alone, I would recommend you start. But when you consider all of the things that can go wrong in the world, and I'm not a doom and gloom preacher or a doomsday prepper or anything like that, but I do like to be prepared as much as is reasonable at a given time, and I think hand tools are an awesome way to do that. They're beautiful to have if you never have to use them. Like mine right now, I don't tend to use them often because usually when I'm doing projects, I want my projects done really fast, like that bathroom reno. You know, I'm not looking for hand tools. But they are there. They're not going anywhere. I will have them sitting on a shelf here until I die or pass them on. And they'll be just as useful 100 years from now if maintained properly. And like I said, that can't be overstated. Very important. I recommend you you start collecting, start building your hand tool collection. It's nice because if you don't have anything, you can build in such little pieces, and little pieces tend to be cheap. You know, you can pick up chisels sometimes at yard sales and stuff, and good old stuff for $5, $10, things like that. Hand planes, you know, you can pick up cheap number 4 Stanley Handymans almost anywhere for $25. Get yourself a brace and bit to be able to bit set, be able to drill holes. You will be well on your way. Hand saws, you know, old vintage hand saws, very important as well. The work that you can get done with just those few tools I just mentioned, it's just incredible. If things came to that and that was your only way, you know, it would take you a little longer, but very valuable, very valuable. So that's pretty much all we have today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed the footage, the chats. Really appreciated having you here. If you could go ahead and hit that like button, leave me a comment down below. Let me know if there's something you'd like me to talk about or show you guys. I'd love to be whipping out some of those old hand tools again and showing you guys if you want to see that. If you have any questions about this video, let me know as well. Subscribe if it's your first time here. And I really hope to see you in the next video.